Okay, so she is sinking down into the ground right here. And if you look very closely, you can see that the map is actually moving.
Oh, yeah, it's got some effects.
One thing
How'd you
I'm
do
gonna
it?
do real quick. Magic.
Is it a GIF? Is this a GIF?
It's a gift.
I don't see anything moving.
Yeah.
You have to look.
Wait.
It's subtle.
It's the shadows, the darkness
there's
of
like
the shadows.
there's like
it's
a,
like,
there's like a fog of
it's like a
war effect
Rorschach.
going on.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
see
it.
shit.
Oh, it's only on the stream, Jane.
I'm
it's-
looking
it's-
so
it's-
hard.
No, it's
It's on-
in roll
it's
22.
on roll
It's on roll 20.
Yeah, Satch and I see it.
Yeah.
I
I don't
see it
care
on
what
mine.
you
Look right
see.
here.
Okay.
That's not
Yeah.
okay. I'll look right there.
Okay.
I'm looking.
No,
Now what?
Nothing.
Dark,
Nothing.
light,
Wait,
I'm not crazy.
What
dark,
We have a thing that's probably not
light.
close.
It's
No,
not
no.
moving for me.
what
Let's see. Settings.
do you use Chrome or
Yes,
Explorer?
I use-
or
Yeah,
I use-
Chrome.
Obviously
Yeah,
Chrome.
I use
Obviously.
Well, we're
I
about to
know.
find
I
out
was
if you
an
see the
edge
next
update
thing.
this week.
I use Wingbat AI.
Wingbat AI.
You know what I mean? Like, what, you know, someone will always throw out some weird ass one. You know, you're like, what? Like, you guys don't use dog bone? Like, no.
Jeremy
what the
uses,
fuck is
like-
dog bone.
Like the Go
Netscape?
Duck or whatever. I don't
Exactly.
even
Duck, duck,
know.
go.
What the hell?
Right.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for proving my point.
Alrighty.
Of course.
So yeah,
Jeremy
you
looks
guys.
up from his phone. He's like, "Hey!" It's like Duck, duck, goes the app open, 100%.
You guys had,
Okay.
had put the corpse of Babala Saga in the center. And as I said, suddenly she just like the ground started to open up and her body just kind of started to sink down into the ground. Shortly after that, you start to see like a strange yellowy green glow emerging, like emitting from the hole.
Oh.
Hello.
Oh no, it's also animated.
Jane?
Oh, that is cool.
Is that you?
The heck? Now I gotta check the stream again.
See, I don't even see that
wow.
animate. God damn
Yeah,
it.
I gotta check it.
Okay.
Look at it.
It's showing on stream and it's working in.
And it looks awesome here.
Oh, it does look cool as hell.
I'm having a great time.
Static is hell on our end.
Same,
guys.
Satch, same.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
dope as fuck.
I'm gonna back up against this rock and be like, well, whoa, whoa.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sitting on one
What
of the
is that?
stones.
Yeah. So slowly but surely, the kind of light lifts up out of the hole, and kind of like there is a huge big beam emerges that's kind of a swirling mist of strange and mystical greens and earthy tones and aquas and yellows. And at that point, something happens, and because I didn't want to screw this up, I pre-recorded it, so I'm going to play it.
Okay.
You tell me this doesn't work for you guys as well, we're in trouble. Alrighty, let's do this. As the corpse of Babala Saga sinks deep down into the swamp, you all look up at the sky and see the distant light of the sun, obscured by layers of cloud cover. It moves more quickly than usual. It seems to be moving west to east, backwards, wrong. And suddenly it's dawn, and then it's dark, or midnight, and then it's dusk, and then it's yesterday. You all gather in the circle as the sun seems to soar through the sky, days passing in the blink of an eye. It is day then night, day night, day night, over and over until you can no longer distinguish the difference. The world is flying in perpetual twilight. Seasons change too fast for you to feel the frost of winter for more than a mere second of time. Suddenly time stops. It is midday and Strahd stands before you in the circle. But he isn't looking at you. Doesn't even seem to notice any of you. He's holding up one hand as if in a mocking gesture, and he is facing a village. Suddenly you find yourself standing in the village. You glance around and realize this is Berez, but not ruined. It is vibrant and full of life, and the water from the riverbanks is solidly contained to the south. Strahd lets out a low breath and closes his open hand into a fist. As you catch a glimpse of his face, you feel the blood leave your cheeks. You've never seen him so angry. And then you hear it. At first it sounds like a storm, or perhaps the thundering of a distant army. But no. You all look south, and there up the river, roaring down the mountainside, is an unholy torrent of water. Douglas, Seth, and Trip stand looking at the river to the south where they see Gemma and Octavius playing. Gemma looks up, lets out a scream. She starts to run. Douglas charges forward and grabs up Octavius as quickly as he can and turns to follow Gemma. But it is too late. Douglas tries to run, but the water is too fast. It slams into him, knocking him off of his feet. Octavius flies from his arms, and soon both of them are tumbling inside the torrent of water. The water soon catches up with Gemma as she too is engulfed, and then Trip, and then finally Seth. All of you being washed away and slammed into the sides of the buildings of Berez. Villagers are drowning and screaming. The water is flooding the whole village. You gasp and fight for breath as you feel your life leaving your body. But suddenly time stops once again and begins to move backwards. It moves backwards only 2 days and stops in the dead of night. Strahd walks into the circle and his face falls in horror. You follow his gaze down into Berez and you see a bonfire. On a stake, atop the burning pyre, is a woman. She lets out a scream as she dies. And now time moves backwards again. Just 1 day this time. It's dusk, and Strahd stands with a woman, Irina. You recognize her immediately.
"Come, my love," says Strahd. "Let us go, and I shall give you all you have dreamed of."
Irina smiles widely, her eyes shining with unfamiliar joy, and then her smile falters, but only a little.
My family. I know that they'll never understand us, but I must say goodbye at least. I'll meet you here tonight.
Strahd frowns, but bows low and kisses Irina's hands.
"What are a few more hours after centuries of waiting? Of course, my love, tonight."
Again time moves backwards. The clouds overhead move so quickly it hurts your eyes to look at them. How many years are passing? Hundreds at least. Finally it slows to a stop once again. Berez is nothing more than a collection of huts on the riverbank. But this is nothing compared to the scene before you. 5 young women are lashed to the surrounding menhirs, each wearing hides and foliage. 4 are dead, their chests carved out. But you can tell that they were tortured many days before their deaths. Strahd stands in the center of it all, the witch Babalasaga at his side. His face bears no emotion, no sympathy. The last girl, no more than 15, breathes ragged, wet breaths. Her shoulders are bent at odd angles from being lifted for so long, and tears stain her cheeks. As she cries, she whispers something. Though the language is unfamiliar to you, the meaning flows into you like grief incarnate. They are gone, left us. My ladies are dead. Babalasaga walks forward and plunges a dagger into the girl's chest. The process is long and bloody, but eventually the old witch turns with a fresh-cut heart in her hand. She gives it to Strahd with a manic grin and watches the Dark Lord slowly lick the severed muscle. Time moves backwards once again, undoing the horrid scene. This time, the cycle is somehow faster than before. You're surprised when the clouds break and beams of sunlight fall upon you for the first time in months. Berez deconstructs on the river. For a flash you see an army on a distant hill, and a dragon, its silver scales catching the sunlight. When time finally stops again, you're surprised to see Babalasaga standing before you. She seems out of place in this bright, serene world of ages past, but she seems different. She's not a memory. She sees you. Baba stalks towards Gemma, and you are so taken aback that you don't react in time. Just as she's about to reach Gemma, an arm bursts through Babel Lasaga's chest. It's clutching the old witch's rotten heart. You blink and find that your own hands are now outstretched, meeting the new appendages in the middle. "What you have taken has been reclaimed," says a voice. And then slowly things begin to fade. As you come to, you glance around and see that you are still standing inside of the stone circle, your family standing around you. Suddenly there is a whoosh, as at the center of the circle you see rising from the ground a torrent of stones, leaves, and water, spinning round and round and round like some vibrant tornado. And you can see 3 dancing lights at its center. Alrighty, and Crispy's back.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. Did you get to hear everything? It was just a camera?
Yeah, the audio thankfully was still playing. Everything else just died on me. So I was texting on my phone while maybe the internet just dropped for a second. I have no idea.
It's all good.
Okay, I'm here. Sorry.
Okay, we're all in the same place.
Alrighty.
Nice.
All right.
Well, thank you for that. That was awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
Well, it was a lot, and I was like, you know what? We're going to get through this without it, without me screwing
Without
it
a
up.
hiccup.
All right. So yeah, you kind of all have this weird transcendent vision. You're all very conscious that you are all connected mentally for that vision. So you're kind of aware it wasn't just you that had that strange trip. No pun intended. Of a, kind of bizarre prelude or, vision into the past. As I said, there are 3 little lights that are now dancing in the center. Slowly, one of them begins to emerge from the center of the circle.
I take one step forward.
As the light steps out, it transforms into what looks like the old woman that you brought barely, like, you remember you found that
that's
emaciated
her.
woman. She is now stepped out of the center of the circle. Her corpse that you laid down beside you, but kind of behind outside the stone circle, is gone. She just kind of steps out.
Whoa.
She is old, decrepit, but somehow manages a smile.
Hi.
Okay, with that,
Hi.
she doesn't say anything.
Hi.
Yo.
That's simple, man.
What up?
Yeah, that's so good. Oh, I love that.
Hey,
He doesn't understand what the hell's going on.
It's perfect, truly.
why would
Walk
he?
a little closer
Why would
too,
he?
so Gemma's not like the closest one to this thing because I don't trust it.
Okay, shortly after that, a second light emerges. This one looks like a kind of young woman that is very much weighed down with like grief in her face. She just looks so miserable and so forlorn. While you guess her age is probably in her 20s, it looks like she's wearing the worries and woes of centuries on her face. And finally, the two kind of separate slightly, and a third person steps out. This is a woman you recognize. This is Madame Eva, the one that gave you the tarot card reading.
Seeker was. Oh, that's so good. Wait a minute. Because she has all sight, right? So.
As the three kind of stand before you, Madame Eva takes one step forward and she says, "Well then,
I see that you did not forsaken us. And at that point, she kind of turns and looks to her left and nods as the old, decrepit woman nods to her. Then she slowly turns to the right and nods as the grief-stricken young woman nods to her. Then, in a flash, you're like there's like it's so bright you can't stare at it anymore. Octavius.
Yes.
You are feeling a little bit weird and euphoric after the whole kind of weird time thing. Everything you're hearing is just ever so slightly echoey and ever so slightly out of sync. Like, we're talking a millisecond, but just enough that something just feels off, but you can't put your finger on it.
Okay.
After that, when the bright light finally fades, standing before you are now 3 very different looking women. One of them has deer horns growing out of her head. She has a majestic, immaculate looking bow on her back and a quiver of golden arrows.
It's Lyra.
The one in the center that was Madame Ava is kind of green-skinned and somewhat kind of pallid. And then the one that was on the left, the older woman, is now significantly younger with black hair, wearing flowing robes. Every one of them is beautiful and radiant and youthful and vibrant, unlike the images that you saw before you briefly. As they stare at you, they smile and politely bow to each of you. You have returned what belongs to us. You have reconsecrated all 3 of our holy circles. We 3 Fanes reside here once more. And with that, one of them puts her arms up, and you suddenly see a crack of lightning, and thunder and water starts to pour down. Another one claps her hands, and you see rushing out of the swamp all kinds of creatures, frogs, rodents, all that kind of stuff, all kind of come running and surround the circle. The third one raises her hands up towards the sky and then kind of does almost like a huge circular motion. And you feel the wind suddenly pick up and rush around the circle, almost as a demonstration that each of them has reacquired some of their powers. Our gifts were taken from us in vile rituals by Strahd von Zorovich. He has wielded these unholy powers for centuries, distorting them and corrupting them to his own evil will. You have now returned them to where they belong. We 3 Fanes will now reside here in Barovia and bring back the faith to the people once more. At that point, they are all just standing there kind of like relishing in the fact that they are now existing and, you know, have kind of been reborn into their original forms. What would you guys like to do?
I'm like frustrated. I'm like.
I would like to drop my jaw like this.
I'll be
Tell me if you
down
need
on
me to
it,
roll
me.
for that,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm doing.
You can drop it if you want.
Drop. I think I want to speak up and say, it's amazing to be in the presence of you 3 finally. First of all, my name is Gemma, but you probably already know that. I guess my question is, what does that mean for Strahd?
Okay, with that, the one with the horns steps forward. bows and she says, I am the Huntress, or the Fane of the Mountains. She said, you freed me when you sanctified the Gulthias tree and proved yourself worthy in my trial. The second one steps forward and says, I am the Weaver, or the Swamp Thane. You returned me when you reclaimed my heart from Babala Saga. And then the one that was Madame Eva steps forward and says, I am the Seeker, or Forest Thane. All of us have been trapped here in one guise or another. I was trapped in the form of an old Vistani woman. She says, for the longest time I have been the only one that has been able to hope to hint to anybody that might be willing to listen and find a way to reconsecrate our shrines. What does it mean for Strahd? No longer does he have the ear and the voice of all the creatures of the forest. His spies will no longer be able to see you so readily. He can no longer control the rain and the storms like he once was. And he can no longer control the winds. All of these powers have been taken from him. While he still controls the mist, much of his other powers have been diminished. No longer can he throw the elements at you as he once could, or indeed, at those that dwell here in Barovia. Does anyone else wish to say anything or ask any questions?
I think Octavius would have just as soon as they appeared and started doing their whole ethereal thing, I think he would have dropped to a knee with his hand out and kind of puts his little head down on top of it because he senses he's in the presence of something
right
higher and bigger than him. And so, of all the stories and legends and everything he's heard, that's how you quote unquote act. So he immediately just snaps into this almost heroic sort of monologue of, it is such a pleasure to make all of your acquaintances. Your humble soldier is here, ready to strike down any foe. He just gives this very, very heroic embellishment of the tool and soldier he is to these beings.
Okay. With that, Madame Eva is going to take a few steps forward. She'll kind of smile as she slowly walks past Gemma, and then kind of gets down and crouches down. And I say Madame Eva, of course I mean the Seeker, the Forest Thane. And she crouches down on his level, much like you do with little children, right? She says, you are small of stature, but have a larger-than-life streak of bravery in you. From time to time. Speaking of time, I offer you a gift. You have had visions of the times going backwards and slowing, and I see a glimmer of that still resides within you. Most strange. Perhaps we can find a way to use a few extra seconds a day with our help. And she reaches over and touches you, and you feel like a weird warm glow flow over you. You still have this weird feeling, but it doesn't feel odd anymore. It feels kind of comforting. Effective immediately, you have been given a divine gift. Once per day, you can briefly stop the flow of time and take one extra full turn.
Wow, okay.
What? Wait, I want to compliment them too.
Once per long rest, I assume.
I think we all just
She's a
run over
narcissist. Give him shit, quick!
You're so
there. I
great.
run
Your
over
horns
to
are-
where
your horns are so
Octavius is
cool.
and kneel. Yes, I am at thy service.
What are you doing? This is my
Me
thing.
too.
This is my thing.
While you're doing that, the Huntress has stepped up, surprisingly, of course, to Douglas.
Yes.
She says,
hello, ma'am. Good to see you and know you.
says,
Trying not to look at her in the eyes because I don't want any
Don't
Think
want
to be
to fall in
misconstrued.
love.
Afraid of
I'm not
catching
gonna
feelings
fall
for
in
a
love.
fame.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
Right, but she
kind of
I only
sniffs
have
at
eyes
you,
for my
like,
sweet
she goes-
precious wife.
Hmm.
Oh, sorry, I haven't.
I sense some grief in you. Did you recently lose somebody? Or something most dear to you?
No.
Yeah, yes, I did.
He is not so far from you, it seems, as you think. Indeed, it looks like you have become one. I see you share some of his senses, but not his form. Perhaps from time to time he would like to be the one to do the walking. And she touches you on the head. Once per day, you can turn into a mastiff now.
I could be a good boy.
You can become whiskey.
You're a goddamn lycanthrope. Holy shit.
So you get to turn
Douglas
into
good
whiskey.
Doug the
boy.
dog! Doug the dog!
Douglas
The
boy.
dog.
You have a daddy dog now.
A daddy dog
That's not what I'm
dog.
saying.
Doug the dog.
Oh my god.
Yep. Basically, it would be like a druidic shape-shifting type thing,
Okay.
which means when you transform into whiskey, you gain all of whiskey's abilities. When you transform back, you heal like a druid would.
Holy
So-
shit.
Okay,
It's
just
pretty
once
cool.
per day, you said?
Once per day. Yep.
Okay.
Let's see.
That's interesting. I'm gonna keep bowing.
Okay, the
Your
Weaver
Majesties.
walks over to Gemma
Mm-hmm.
and she says to
Thank you
her,
for everything.
"You have a thirst for knowledge, I see. But be
I want to
very
know everything.
careful.
Yes.
A thirst in Barovia can be a dangerous thing. However, if you learn to control it, it can be stopped from controlling you. It takes the power within to resist darkness and to harness magic. Perhaps we can augment this a little for you." And with that, she touches you. Basically, once per day, you can commune with any of the three Fanes you wish, and it will work like an augury spell. In other words, you get the wheel and woe. You can ask them what the outcome will be of an action.
Ask them the outcome.
Okay.
Wow.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Madam Eva will come up to Trip. I keep saying Madam Eva, but I mean the Seeker, of course, at this point. She says, "You have been blessed by the touch of the Morning Lord. But alas, he is so far from this realm. But still, we possess the power to strengthen your bond with him for a short time. His healing touch is within you. And so, through us, you may act as a conduit. We can help strengthen this. Your lay on hands ability is now doubled. It heals twice as much as it did before.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's so
once
good.
per day.
Okay.
So once per day, you get to do a lay on hands that is double powered.
Double points. Okay.
Okay, finally the Huntress goes in front of Seth.
Who has his legs up on the rock, by the way. He didn't want to touch the ground, he gingerly puts it down. Kind of leaning against it now.
She smiles at him and says, "You get nothing." No,
Fuck you, shag it.
says-
and they all jump back in the ball.
She says, "You are as strong as an ox and as brave as a bear. What you lack is a tougher skin, and I mean in more ways than one.
Jay,
There are times
from
that
the
this could
Fanes.
be of help to you." And she touches your head. Once per day, you may now toughen your skin. For 10 rounds, gives you +2 AC.
Nice.
After that, they kind of look at you and say, "Now each of you has been touched by that which you have worked so hard to reconsecrate. You need not thank us for these gifts. All the thanks is ours to give." He says, "Our final parting gift will be this. Understand your enemy. He has all the time in the world to act. But up until now, has probably known every action that you have made, every deed you have done, everything you have found, every creature you have slain, every person you have spoken to. She says, use this to your advantage the same way he does. Understand that he does not act rationally, but never irrationally. As we say, when you have all the time in the world, you can simply wait for things to happen. And with that, they all kind of take a couple of steps backwards.
Wait. Before you go, also thank you.
I just said not to thank them, Uncle.
Well, no, but it still did, because you did, and we did. We need to get into the castle. Is there a way in that you maybe know? Because we need to, reclaim a skull of Argenvado, that place.
Argenvado.
Good lost.
She says,
Argenvastolz, yeah.
unfortunately, because of the powers that he has possessed until now, we have no knowledge of what lies within Castle Ravenloft. But you were invited, weren't you? Seems like an easy way in to me.
Don't want him to know that we're there, because we're reclaiming another thing.
I think you might find that harder than you think to achieve.
That's what I was worried about.
By all means, you have proven yourself incredibly resourceful. Perhaps you can find a way to break into his castle without him being aware that you're there.
I do not believe that will work, but you never know. We'll discuss it.
He says, but hey, if he invited you, there's
Just
always a
walk.
chance that he won't kill you. Not straight away, anyway. Just be prepared. Take nothing for granted. And as we said, remember, he has all the time in the world. Right, with that, the three join hands and give you all one more courtesy. And she says, or the last one, as they start to step back into the void, the huntress disappears first. Shortly after the huntress, the weaver steps in and disappears. As Madame Ava, or the Seeker, is about to step back, she looks at you and says, you have done well. You have found 2 of your destinies. There are 3 left to find. I bid you good luck, and pray that you succeed. Who knows? Maybe one of you will be the new ruler of Barovia, should you find a way to put an end to Strahd, as she disappears into the circle.
And then the bass drops.
Wow.
With that,
Trip is gonna turn to the family and just go, and you know who you are.
yeah, with that, the circle, the glowing circle, kind of like changes. All the, natural elements kind of disappear, leaving nothing but like a glowing field. And then shortly after that, it also vanishes.
That was amazing.
As that occurs, the woman that was observing everything that just happened.
Oh, right.
Crap.
Sorry you didn't get any presents.
Muriel Vinshaw, she steps kind of like gingerly out from behind the rocks and says, quite literally, "What in the fuck was that?" And she's got like a very pale, confused look on her face.
Just another day in the life of the Mildwood family. Ba-dum-ba-da. Like,
I have spent many, many weeks here at this stone temple. I have never seen anything like that happen. At least,
You're welcome.
not until you showed up.
We weren't really expecting that either, to be honest.
yeah.
Well, I did expect something because I figured we'd save the three Fanes. They would give us something, and look at us now.
Seeing as you have slain Baba Lysaga, which I still quite don't believe that you have done that myself, I suppose there's no reason for me to stay here any longer. After all, I was here just to keep an eye on the hag. Now she has gone, doesn't seem much point in sticking around.
Would you like to join us? We're probably headed back to,
No, it seems that rather
Lucky.
strange things happen in and around you. As you just said, this is another day in the life of your family.
yes, isn't it fun?
good thing.
I'm
But they're
fine.
good.
I
Do
can
you-
do very well without strange mystical circles, women stepping out of them, transforming in front of my very eyes, corpses sinking into the ground. No, this is not something that I think is something I want to deal with. Besides, I need to go and let other people know that she is no longer a threat. At least that's a good thing. Anyway, farewell. And with that, she jumps up and turns into a raven and flies off.
Okay.
I thought you would never leave.
She's just jealous she didn't get any cool gifts.
She get no.
She needs a long vacation. How long?
2 months.
Alrighty.
That's where she's going.
Yeah, come on, Matt. How long? Huh? Do your thing.
I can't.
No.
She's fictional! Ah! My one weakness! Fictional women!
But there you
If I
go.
had a nickel.
By what? How many times I said that?
Yes.
You're always on vacation.
Yeah.
Will it be safe for us to return to Vallaki?
I think so. I think Strahd's probably pretty upset and feeling the loss of his power right now. He might not leave his castle
Yeah.
for a while.
But he also knows that we did it.
Well,
Oh,
yes, but
absolutely.
like they said, he can wait forever for us to come to him.
You think he'll punish the town folk though, like the vision?
Oh,
I don't
he's,
know.
Go to him.
He's an emotional bastard. We could probably
Oh, he seems to
piss
be
him off
that.
a little more.
I
We should
mean,
probably go check Vallaki, make sure it's okay.
he did throw a fireball at us at the second Bane place.
That's true.
Yes.
So
he's gonna
That was an
gonna
accident.
retaliate somehow.
I think the
Right?
question is
Remember?
less,
He was
are
aiming at
we
the enemy.
safe in Vallaki, and more, is Vallaki safe without us?
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
Yes.
more importantly,
Also,
Uh,
I have to pick up my armor.
yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, Dad,
Yes.
why does Octavius get to stop time and not me?
Oh, honey, I'm.
Wait, how do you even know that's what I can do, by the way?
Yeah. How do you know that, sweetheart?
Didn't
Yeah,
you
I
say
don't-
it?
I mean, you heard her
think
little
so.
speech, but obviously
okay,
not the
okay.
meta part.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't know what I can do, sis.
Okay, everyone, let's share what we can do.
I inferred that you'd be able to stop time because of what she said.
Yeah,
Okay,
she
well
said a
then-
glimmer
okay.
of that still resides in you. Perhaps you
Okay.
can find a way to use a few extra seconds a day with our help.
Yeah, she's talking about like getting my like efficiency down better, like my morning routine, my nighttime routine.
I don't think that's true.
If I could save 5 seconds every day, you add that up over
Brushing my
many
teeth
minutes.
for
Stop
30
brushing your
seconds, now
teeth and you'll
25.
still have to
It-
brush. You
it's
still have to
6
brush,
seconds.
Octavius. I keep telling you this.
Okay.
yeah, but it's
I
actually
didn't-
Even if
6
we're in
seconds.
a haunted
It is.
swamp, you have to floss. The dentist won't be happy when we get home. You know what's going to happen.
I'll show the dentist the bottom side of my boot heel if he ever says anything
Octavius!
about my water.
He's just a licensed professional. You
Yes,
don't
I
have
know.
to.
It's fine. Dr. Nickelman is a very nice man. I know. I'm sorry.
Plus, he has that little thing full of the little treats for you.
Yeah,
you know,
he
the
always
little
gives you little
candies.
toys when we're
Yes,
done.
I love Dr. Nickelman. I said it. I already said it.
Dr. Nickelman.
Okay.
I did it.
all that aside, bro, Doug,
Oh, not me,
Yes?
right?
you have a dog in you.
Hey, he's got
Yeah, I
got
got
that
that dog in me,
dog.
bro. We're all we couldn't wait to
We're all
say
just
it.
like, nope.
Not even your characters, and you guys have to make the joke.
Can you turn into whiskey right now so we could see him?
I guess so. Yeah. Let me just figure out how to do it.
That's how you do it.
Wait.
You just grunt.
Wait, so if you're a dog, does
Oh,
that
sorry.
mean you can piss wherever you want? Is that like a thing you can do now? Is that
I always pissed wherever I wanted.
it just happened to be in a in a privy with the doors closed and music playing?
Yeah. Well, I get a little shy sometimes.
Yeah.
It's totally normal, and if any of you boys get that issue, it's don't be shy about it. It's part of our family trait. Hold on, let me just try. I don't really know how to do it.
Well, just willing it to happen seems to work, as you get a really weird feeling as your
And I start
jaw
animating
kind of
with, like-
protrudes and you fall forward, and before you know it, literally within a few seconds,
Bark.
whiskey is now here.
Oh my god.
You have control over your whiskey
Brother.
version.
Brother.
So whiskey can understand, but whiskey doesn't have the capability with vocal cords to speak.
What about like a Scooby-Doo situation? Can I?
You can you can certainly
Ragged?
inflect. You can inflect your noises.
Bro, Raggy.
I mean, you could
that's-
certainly do the or
Yes.
I mean, that's
Regular dogs can do that.
that's actually quite useful. You can
Yeah,
you can
I'm
just
gonna
do it
run
in
up.
response to actually understanding exactly what you say.
I'm gonna
I
run
mean-
up and start petting Whiskey. Whiskey, hey boy.
Bear in mind you're still touching your dad's butt when you do that. Stop it.
Not touching his butt, his back of the head.
Yeah, I think Gemma and Octavius both just run up and just are so happy to see their
We
dog.
missed you so much, Whiskey.
It's not actually whiskey. You know that,
Why are you
right?
residing in our dad's soul?
Douglas
what
is
he's
happy
doing?
to be getting attention from his children.
That's my question: is what happens to Douglas?
Yeah.
He's
Douglas
wiggling
is
his
in
little
there.
butt
He's
like
the
crazy.
dog.
Okay.
He's happy.
So
Okay, well, I
if you
didn't
remember
know-
when you guys did that weird ritual, when you
Mhm.
burnt whiskey, and
burnt
there was some
whiskey.
weird stuff going on that you kind of went through with, and what basically happened then was Whiskey's spirit kind of like went into Doug,
Mm-hmm.
which is why Doug has a increased sense of smell.
No, I
and all those
understand all
things.
that.
So-
what I'm saying is, like, what happens to Doug's consciousness when whiskey takes over?
He's still. I mean, it's Doug. For all
Okay.
intents and
It's like an
purposes,
animal,
it's just
right?
Doug
Okay.
It's
in
not
Whiskey's
Whiskey.
body. And Whiskey is in there as well, but Doug has the control.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I just didn't know if this was like a sunken place sort of a thing. Where
No, it's
Doug is like trapped
Doug
in this
is
like
fully in
black
control.
void. Well,
But I
Whiskey
mean, Doug
just
has
kinda
always
takes
been
over.
aware that Whiskey is kind of out there.
Does
Yeah,
not get
okay.
out.
Um,
Okay.
Doug just has never rolled a 1 yet since he's had Whiskey in there. I'm just gonna.
Oh, I see.
Wait a second. Wait.
Oh, did I say
This is
something?
supposed to
I
be a
didn't mean to say
gift. Not a curse.
Roll over, Whiskey. Roll over.
I
Yeah,
roll
play-
over,
play
I get
dead.
tummy rubs. I'm having a great
I
time.
mean, kids, that's still a little weird.
I'm licking all of them out.
Okay, that's also weird, brother.
Growling is that.
I don't think
Oh,
fathers
that's
are
weird.
supposed to lick their children. Just saying, you know.
That's weird. Whiskey's never growled at Seth before.
Okay, turn back
So
human.
back to Vallaki, I guess. We still don't know where Rotavio is.
Yeah,
Rectavio.
a little troublesome.
Oh
Right.
wait, no, we
well-
do. He was traveling east.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
did
my bad.
try
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perhaps we should check in with him now that we know where he is.
Yeah. What time of day is it again?
This was. Let's think. This was. You know what? I don't remember.
I don't either.
It was like mid-afternoon by the time, because like we fought her kind of early in the morning because we. had
Yeah, that's right.
rested.
You rested,
And then we
you
went
and
back
fought
and
her
forth
during
a
the
bunch
day.
of times to try and figure
So
stuff
yeah,
out.
it probably you're about right. Mid-afternoon. That would be right.
I mean, I guess it's good that Strahd can no longer spy on us with
That's
wildlife.
great.
Well, he can't use wildlife to spy on you. You no longer have to worry
Spy on us
about
other
bats
ways.
and rats and dogs and things all watching you.
Okay. Yes, I think we should head out now and
Oh,
Yeah,
we could
probably have to be here.
stop by the vineyard we got the gem, right?
Oh yes,
it's
we
not
should do
really
that.
on the way.
It's
I don't
not on the
think.
way.
No.
But
That's west.
If we could find that cave system, take a shortcut back to Argynvost.
Nope.
Again.
It's full of trolls, but it'll be fine.
I mean, so the vineyard is out of the way, but maybe we shouldn't have one of the 3 gems in our possession when we're going back unsure of Vallaki's state.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
I mean, up to you guys.
We go to the world. If we go to the map of Barovia. Oh,
Dude.
I gotta get rid of something real quick.
Don't we have to go through Vallaki to get to the winery anyway?
Kind of have to go through, yeah.
So you are.
Unless there's a southern route.
Yeah, unless we find some other route, but which you could ask. You'd be like, hey,
Where were you guys?
what's our way back? And then they'd be like, we literally just left you. You're so clingy. Oh my god.
They'll take the powers away from us. For sure.
They're gonna see what we're doing with it. They're gonna see what we're doing with it and just be like, oh no, not these guys.
Where? Oh, there you are. Right. So you are here on the. Are you? Did I put you on the big map? No, I did not. Let me put you on the big map.
Big map.
On the big map. On the big map. On the big map.
Candy
Lollipop.
Mountain.
Okay, so you guys are here.
Oh.
Remember, you came directly south. Vallaki is
Yeah.
here. The
Right,
Wizard
and
of
the
Wines
vineyard's over here. Yeah.
Oh, we can
is
go that way.
over here.
Kind of.
So if you want, you can go up and then kind of veer off and take the long way there. You could. The problem is now you're not going to make. You wouldn't make it there by nightfall.
But we would make it to Vallaki by nightfall.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
but you could
I think
because
we
you'd
should
have
go
you
there
can go
first.
straight up
Probably the
here.
smarter plan.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, you can kind of go straight up here, and then here
Well,
to
yeah.
Vallaki.
Okay.
Or you've got to kind of go up here, and then here, and all the way around here and down. So, yeah, Vallaki, you can make it by nightfall. If you was to try to get to the Wizard of Wines, you would probably be somewhere around here by nightfall.
That would be right by the tower there, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be by the tower.
I mean, you could go. I mean, you could probably
tower.
make it to Van Richten's tower if you wanted to go there and see if you could stay there, and then push on to the Wizard of Wines in the morning. That might be possible.
Okay.
I mean, you know how to get in there now, whether
Yeah.
Esmeralda's there or not.
I mean, so I'm just going to say to my family, I'd be fine with either decision.
I think either way, we need somewhere safe to sleep. If we're gonna head to the wine anyway.
Let's
Should
go
we
to
do that?
Vallaki. I want to see if it's in ruins or something.
That's a little morbid, but I'd like to be there in case we're needed.
What's new?
Odds are somebody's been beat up asking where we are again, so
I'm-
I'd love to get yelled at for that, so we should go back to Valaki.
I mean,
I'll yell at you for free.
I mean, we could do that, guys. I just personally don't want to be where, knowing that he's going to be looking for us, I don't want to be where he would expect to find us. But if that's what you guys want to do, that's what we'll do.
I don't think Strahd's gonna immediately look for us. That's just my instincts right now.
Hasn't
I feel
he
like
done that
he's
every
more
time?
likely to do something now than in 2 days. I feel like Valaki would be a little bit riskier.
I agree, but I also don't want to leave the townspeople to.
Well, let's try out my new ability, shall we? Oh, Thanes of 3. We ask if we go to Valaki, will we run into Strahd and be in trouble there? Please let us know. Shink.
I'm gonna have
Alrighty.
to work on phrasing your questions.
I like the shink.
Yeah, that you said out loud.
I'm sorry, I'm not good at phrasing things.
Right. So ask me say the question once more.
Oh, Thanes of 3, if we go to Valaki, shall we run into Strahd or any trouble?
Strahd or any trouble.
Yeah, I say that.
Okay, then
this time.
you get wheel and woe as your answers.
I get what? Sorry.
Wheel and woe. Basically, wheel represents a good result. Woe represents a bad result. Wheel and row means good and bad.
Good and bad.
Because you asked 2 questions and
Okay.
it was kind of the same question, you get wheel and woe because it's so which one was good and which one was bad?
Perfect. Hey, let's just avoid Valaki.
Wow, what a turn!
On second thoughts, let's not
Hey,
go to Valaki. 'Tis a
Let's
silly
avoid
place.
Valaki.
Actually,
Okay.
yeah. We'll check that out later. It's just my own thoughts.
I love this because, Jane, I have always stressed about asking questions of augury with Radovan, so now you know how I felt.
Because
Gore is a
yeah, and
stickler
guess
for
what? I'm going to
phrasing.
put 0 thought into it every time. The opposite of you. Okay.
I agonize so much about that crap. Because Gore is that kind of DM. who-
Yeah.
Well, hey, you know.
No, it's fine.
It's correct. No, you're correct. We're not saying it's a problem
I
with
know.
you.
Yeah.
We're just acknowledging our own shortcomings and being sad.
All right, I guess we head to Richton's Tower for the night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's the best move.
It'll be safe.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't be scried there, so.
True.
Nope, from one non-scry place to another. Yeah, scrying he can, in theory, still do. Okay.
Oh man, 96 of them?
All right. Nope, you will make it to the tower.
Yay.
Roll for
No
twin
encounters,
ratio.
no nasty encounters. Yeah, it is very late by the time you walk across the little raised grass kind of protrusion that leads to the tiny little island with the tower. When you get there, the cart that was outside before is not there. In fact, the tower seems to be quite gloomy and lonely, just kind of nestled there in the mists of the lake.
We have to do those dance moves to get into the door.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did the fusion ha.
I do the electric slide to get in.
Do the safety dance. Okay, yep. You figured it out last time, so we're going to assume you can figure it out a second time.
don't think so.
So yeah, you get in. And if you remember, basically, you've got the 4 golems. And if you go stand on the thing, they will
Point up or
animate
down.
and
Then you
pull
point
you.
up, down.
Yeah, that's it. So, are you guys wanting to go all the way to the top?
And probably there's a
where
stove
it's
up
nice
there we
and
can-
comfy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
better up there. But there's no more dead head either.
No more deadhead.
Dead head.
All right, let me find you. Let's see. Where's his tower?
We put the dead head back. It's still in
I
there.
hate
It's
the
just
fact that
Oh.
I've changed this here.
It doesn't smell bad?
no, it's packed in there with a bunch of flowers. So
Where is Ben Richton's tower on this massive collection of maps? There it is.
I guess our next step is probably going to be getting as much information as we can,
Hmm.
figuring out what to do
Alrighty, and I need to just put you guys there. Oh, there's a new way of doing it. Okay.
If it's harder to spy on us, we might be able to sneak through Valaki. I still don't think we should stay in Valaki for as much as possible, right?
Alright, there you go. And you guys are all up here on the top floor.
Of the starburst of
Of light
Vision.
shining through the windows, right? Okay.
Okay. I mean, out of boredom, while we were trying to go to bed, I definitely snoop around again just for fun things to look at.
Right. You also found all that shit at the Baba Yaga's dead
yeah,
hut.
we have
Oh,
like a
yeah.
long list of stuff that we found.
So
Probably
there's
go through
that
that.
too.
Hmm.
We have my notes say sack shitload 1,300 gold. You got 5 pearls for your spell, a vial full of nasty,
Vial full of nasty.
2 scrolls, and then a pouch of 10 ball bearings, and an old green gem that we. Oh, and I got those pan pipes that I am assuming are probably magical.
What was that? Pants? Did you say?
Yeah, pants.
Magic pants.
Pan flutes. They're.
Oh, the magic pan flute, right? I thought you said magic pants. I was
Well, we
gonna
just
say,
confirmed
no,
they're
let's
magical.
change it to that. That sounds more fun.
I like that better.
I got a
Trippin' is magic
pantsuit. Pantsuit? Pan flute.
Okay.
Can I grab the scrolls? He said 2 scrolls.
Yeah.
Definitely would take the scrolls and read them.
Alrighty. Let's see. Where's all the stuff?
The
list
pants
of stuff that you found. Okay. Where's the stuff? Where's the stuff? Alright, done. There it is. Okay. Hang on. Oh, that was not the correct place. Where you were, page breadth was 161. Okay. Alrighty.
Thanks for the sub, Rainshine.
Thank you.
Thank you. Much appreciated. Take your pants off. Hit the hype. Alright, stuff you find in Berez. Okay, so, a bag of 1,300 gold pieces. A bag of gemstones, which we decided were pearls. A vial containing some kind of liquid, 2 scrolls, a separate pouch with what looked like little round, shiny ball bearings, a set of pipes, and a weird-looking stone.
Okay. What are the scrolls?
Okay, they are both, let's see here. Alrighty. Okay, so one of them is it is not a scroll that a wizard or a sorcerer can use. But it is a scroll of mass cure light wounds. It can be used by a bard, cleric, or druid.
Ooh.
So,
I'm one of those
yeah.
things.
And that's
yeah.
a-
So basically, Trip
that's a Trip?
or Dougie could use that scroll.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's interesting.
So what that does is choose
That's
up to
a druid.
6 creatures in a 30-foot radius. Each target regains hit points equal to 3d8 plus maybe more, depends on the power of the scroll.
Should Dad have this Trip, or should you have it?
I think I should have it because I don't
Kind of
think
your
you
thing.
can actually use it because the list was bard, cleric, or druid. I don't think
Yeah, does that
Douglas does that one.
classify
Oh.
me as a druid? Now that I can turn into a dog?
You might as well be, but like,
Yeah.
Right.
I'm none of those things. I mean,
Oh,
I
I
could
see.
try if you want to let me just hold it for a second. I'll just give it a. Can I do it? Doesn't work.
Um.
yeah, I'll take the healing one.
Okay, so you're going to take
Here you go,
the...
Trip.
Are you still the dog, by the way?
No, I said I changed back a while ago.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I
Alrighty.
wish. Okay. How many pearls are there in this bag?
5.
I just pocket those immediately.
Yeah, that's
These are
5
for me.
identify spells for you.
These are for me.
Okay, the
about the
last, so the
strange
second
gem?
scroll,
Oh,
is a
yeah, there's another scroll.
yeah, is a scroll of Revivify.
What is that?
You touch a creature that has died within the last minute. That creature returns to life with 1 hit point. The spell
Oh.
can't return to life a creature that has died of old age, nor it can restore any missing body parts.
Wow.
And you can. It is a necromancy spell, so it is a naughty spell in Barovia, and you can cast it, Gemma.
I can?
You can.
I mean, that
Oh,
sounds
actually, no, you
super
can't.
interesting.
Sorry.
I know.
Artificer, Cleric, Druid, Paladin, or Ranger. So again, it's Dad or Trip
Oh, man.
for both of these.
Trip. What do you think of this one? Should we toss it?
I mean, it's not an evil spell. It's just necromancy, which, as you know, sometimes doesn't work the way you want it to in Barovia.
Right.
I don't know if I trust myself with that, to be honest.
I wish I could do it.
We'll hold on to it as a last resort.
I
There you
tried
go.
to
Okay,
show you how to
there you
shoot a
go.
bow a couple times.
Okay.
But yeah.
I'll take the Revivify one as well.
Okay. I mean, you can always hand it if the circumstances come out. You know, you can always hand it to Doug and say, "Hey, you might need this."
Okay. I'm gonna pick up the strange gem
Okay.
and inspect it for a little while.
All right. So
Did I
remember, you can
identify it?
do detect magic on stuff
Yeah.
to determine if it's magical, blah blah blah, and then you have to use identify if you want to kind of know what shit is.
Yeah. So I'll start with it. Detect magic to see what it feels like.
Okay. And do you just want to detect magic on it, or do you want to do detect magic on multiple things? Because you got 10 minutes once you
Together,
cast it.
everything. Yeah, let's do everything in the
Yeah,
set.
let's just lay it out. Like,
Okay.
do like a very
Like you're trading
clinical-
Halloween candy.
We'll do a very clinical arrangement of all
Yeah.
of the
All
things that we
right.
found.
So basically, you sense the presence of magic. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your actions to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object. Blah 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 blah. So yeah, everything is magical.
The ball bearings are
liquid is magical.
Ooh.
The pouch is not magical, but the little ball bearings inside are. The pipes are magical, and that weird-looking stone is magical. The green stone.
Juicy. Okay.
Yeah, she
I'm just gonna circle all
she
of
was
the
hoarding a
magical
little bit
stuff
of
really quick.
magical shit. Little hag.
Yeah. What would you guys like me to identify tonight? What do you really want to know?
Well, I'm kind of biased towards the instrumental things personally.
Well, of course you are,
Hey,
yes.
I can be
Pipes.
like a little bit selfish there.
No offense, brother, but you've already got 2 scrolls tonight. So I kind of want to identify this gem. You know, gem for Gemma.
Is that what you want to do, the gem?
Yeah.
You know, I never put that together as a possible play on words. You know,
Oh,
I've never once thought about calling. You know, like at all.
I wouldn't mind a song about it eventually.
I already wrote one. It's called Precious Gem, and you've heard it.
Oh.
But thanks for paying attention to me. That's
Sorry.
fine. I'm going over here now.
To be fair, you did kind of sing it sarcastically at her, so.
Yeah, it was very nice. I remember it now.
Okay, so you're going to burn one of your pearls?
I am.
Okay, it is a luck stone, or a stone of good luck. Basically gives you a +1 on ability checks, bonus, a +1 bonus on saving throws, or a +1 bonus on initiatives.
All of them?
Across the
That's
board.
awesome.
Wow.
+1 ability check, +1 saving throw, +1 initiative.
Okay.
It requires attunement, but anybody can use it, so it's whoever you think is best suited to utilize that little.
So we cannot just pass it around?
No,
and
you have to
put in?
attune it. Which means someone's got to basically go through the attunement thing and attune it to themselves.
Who needs this the most? Ability check, a saving throw, or initiative?
Yeah. +1 to those 3 things, basically.
Perhaps. Uncle? Do you need this the most, Uncle Seth?
Honestly, I would give it to Octavius.
What's the second person I was thinking of? Because you're always in there, Octavius, in the thick of it.
Yeah, we do
Yes.
kind of throw you in
can't-
precarious situations that only you can fit into.
We can't afford
I
you,
agree.
messing up ever.
What? I don't like how you said that.
Well, if you messed up, we'd be dead. I'm giving you a compliment.
Okay, okay, yes, that is.
You get it?
Yes, I
Yes.
Okay.
So,
All right, so you've
Maybe
got
this is for you.
you've basically got a luck stone,
do. Okay,
and
is
as I said,
there?
that gives you +1 bonus on any ability check and on saving throws, and it gives you a +1 to your initiative.
Is there any way for me to plug that into the mechanics of the game? Or is that something
No.
I just have to add?
You're just gonna have to
In the
add it.
notes page.
Okay. And
I mean, there is a
tell me-
way. There is a way it can be added to the macro, but
Okay, that's for initiative,
yeah, +1 initiative,
ability check.
+1 on ability checks, and +1
Uh-huh.
on saving throws.
Got it.
So if you just
Okay.
make a note, just
and don't
remember.
you ever forget every time you do any of those.
It's at the top of my page.
Yeah, and everybody can try to remember you, or try to remind you.
Yes, everyone
Alright,
try to
there you
remember
go. So
me.
you have a luck stone.
I already forgot. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Are you identifying anything else, or do you not have the stones or the spell?
I do. I do have the spell to keep going. Let me just double check that though. That's level 1.
If you've
Okay.
still got the slots.
Yeah, let's do another. Okay, you see there's the pan flute, there's
There's the flute,
a vial of something, right?
vial of
There's the-
something,
there's
and
the stones, too.
and then the ball bearings.
Ah, stones, the ball bearings.
Okay, you
Let's
can do those.
that one.
To burn another pearl. As I said, there are 10 of them. They are +1 magical sling bullets. So if you use a sling, if any of you use a sling, which I don't know that you do, but they're +1 to hit, +1 damage, and they count as magical.
Now, Gore, would a sling count as an improvised weapon?
No, because it is an actual weapon.
But you could improvise it. You
Well,
know?
by that logic, you could improvise a sword.
Well, that would be my next question, Gore.
That's not what improvised weapons means.
I
It
was getting
means
to the sword.
bar stools, frying pans, pool
Ah,
cues.
okay.
I'm gonna hand it to my dad. Be like, I don't know if you have a sling, but if you ever find one, here you go.
Well, I mean, he could easily make a sling out of some leather.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a ranger. It's not that difficult. And I feel sure you could find one in Vallaki.
Okay.
And some, I mean, I know some of you have the proficiency to use a sling. You just haven't, because generally speaking, they're not great weapons
Why
in
would you?
D&D.
Right.
Yeah, no one ever uses sling.
I
Which is
know
so
a little Boy
unfair
Scout
because
who
they're
uses
so
a sling.
excellent in real life. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
But all of a sudden, having a ranged weapon that can do magical damage might not be so terrible.
Bad.
What was the
Okay.
damage it can do again?
+1 to hit, +1 damage. But you only get 10 shots, basically.
Sling weapons is what, 1d4? 1d6?
It should be a
fuck
D8.
all.
Those are like goddamn. Because like when you sling a bullet, it is a bullet.
It kills. I mean, it'll kill. Giants. Yeah.
But like
slings
actually,
are
yeah,
D4.
no, they are so goddamn scary. Like, because you
Hey,
break
kill
the sound
Goliath.
barrier when you actually like release
But
it.
I mean,
and
it's
it just goes like
D4
there.
plus strength, right? Because you're drawing it back, or dex because you're aiming.
You're
That's a
doing a
slingshot.
slingshot. It's a
We're
sling.
talking about the thing you go.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
David,
you do this.
Yeah,
Got it.
Yeah.
that's
Right.
it. Yep.
You should know all about King David. Come on.
Watch the show, Dan. The show on Netflix. Watch it. No, yeah, it does D4. But as I said, the bonus is the fact that it is
Magic.
with the bullets. You get +1 to hit and damage, and it counts as magical damage. So that's really, if there's that's where the benefit is, and it's great for smashing windows. Which means you've got the liquid and the pipes left.
All right. I can identify both, and I will do both.
Okay,
That'll be the end.
that'll be the end of you.
So I have 1 pro left.
Okay,
Those two.
Well, what about the magic gold?
that's not gold. The magic gold. It's gold of spending.
It's
Oh,
fake.
wow.
It's gold of spending. It's great for spending. Okay, so this clear gelatinous oil sparkles with tiny, ultra-thin silver shards. The oil can coat 1 slashing weapon, or a piercing weapon, or up to 5 pieces of slashing or piercing ammunition, i.e. 5 arrows or 5 sling bullets. Applying the oil takes 1 minute, but for 1 hour, the item has a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls. So basically, take any weapon that you have and turn it into a +3 magical weapon for an hour.
Holy poop.
Yeah, they're rare and expensive. Aren't you glad you didn't drink it?
All right, so I explained that to my family. I'm like, so which of one of you needs this? And like kind of
+3 to hit, +3 damage for an hour.
hovering between Dad and Octavius
I feel like
and Trip.
Octavius and Seth need that, right? I mean, they're the ones doing the.
Seth is gonna wash his hands in it. I don't know.
I know
Seth
better
uses
to do that.
His hands.
His hand isn't a
never
slashing
washes
or
his
piercing
hands.
weapon, so it wouldn't work. But his
Well, I have the
guitar,
punching dagger.
He's got his punching dagger.
Oh,
He could
right.
put that on.
Okay, so then it would go more to me and Octavius, I guess.
You could use it on your sword, or you could dump it on 5 arrows,
Or that spear you have that's crazy.
Yeah.
or
spear.
yeah.
Scared to mix things with that thing.
The spear of crossfading.
Yeah, right.
The spear of the spear of let me suck your blood.
Right.
Alrighty. And the last thing then is the little panty pipes. Okay.
Pipes.
Panty pipes.
They are
Panty
pipes of haunting. You must be proficient with instruments to use these pipes. They have 3 charges. You can use an action to play them and expend a charge, which will create an eerie spellbinding tune. Each creature within 30 feet of you that hears you must make a DC 15 wisdom saving throw or become frightened of you for 1 minute. If you wish, all creatures in the area that aren't hostile towards you can automatically pass the saving throw. A creature that fails a saving throw cannot repeat it at the end of each of its turns, ending the effects on its can repeat at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect of itself on a success. A creature that succeeds on its saving throw is immune to the effects of the pipes for 24 hours. The pipes regain 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn.
Ooh.
Oh, that's really good, actually.
So
Here you go, Music Man. I'm gonna throw it to Trip.
here, I'll dump it in.
I'm gonna play it now. Everyone's good except you.
There you go. It's in the chat thing if you
Oh, nice.
want to copy it.
I will do that.
Can I get the stats for the potion one more time, just so I can?
Yeah,
make sure
I'll
I
pop
put
that in chat too if you like.
That would be lovely. Thank you.
And that was a oil of Sharpies.
Well, Uncle, nothing for us. What a shame.
All right, here's the oil of sharpness.
Never expect anything from this family anyway, so it's all good.
Whoa.
Poof, there you go.
Whoa.
But you
Hey,
also
hostile.
all got, so, you know, you got some magic items, but you also all did get an ability. So,
I want more.
I want more.
I want to bite the hand that feeds me.
Okay.
More?
More? Alrighty. Yeah, so you guys want to just sleep here the night?
I
Yeah.
think
I
so.
mean,
probably.
this is a safer place that you could really have to sleep. You can stoke the fire and get the fire warm. You could even cook some food and stuff on it if you wished. So there is only one bed, of course, but
Yeah, but we have bedrolls and stuff. We
Yeah. There's plenty of floor space. And then, as I said, you got all that money. That's
I
a
use the
lot of
money as
gold
my
to
pillow.
carry. It's a
A
big
lot of
ass. I mean,
gold.
we're talking a big bundle of coins.
Phoenix, Gemma just keeps all the money with her because she's very greedy.
You're gonna be walking along like walking around like Santa Claus with a sack
Yeah.
of gold like this
We
thing.
might want to divide that one up, actually. So that's a little bit less.
Might be
apparent.
slightly
You're gonna have to
easier
have a
for you to carry if you
conversation
did
with Gemma.
divide it.
Because she's going to try to hoard it herself.
Well, how heavy is that bag of?
I mean, it
solid
would be.
metal?
Think about it. It's gold, and there's 1,300 gold pieces. That's like 130 pounds.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
That's a lot of gold
Oh,
to carry.
wow.
As I'm saying, Gemma would be walking along like with it over her
But
shoulder.
I'm still doing it. I'm like,
Shink, shink, shink,
I
shink.
got this.
Yeah, maybe not as much as 130 pounds, but it would be upwards of
A lot.
a lot.
It'd be
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
It's not
It's a
something
lot.
that anybody can just routinely carry and not know they're carrying it. But hey, you know, split it 5 ways and it's a bit more manageable.
She plans to hide it in her powder room.
Well, we could fully furnish the house with this. Actually, that'd be kind of nice.
We're going to turn it into a vanity. Gold vanity.
Just melt it all down into
Yeah.
a gold vanity.
She has plans. All right.
Yeah.
Sleep
Yeah,
away.
it's like
Yeah.
it's a little less than that, but yeah, it's gold is heavy.
Guess we rest for the night, right, guys?
Yeah.
I think so.
Use your 1,300 gold pillow to. Yeah, we'll rest up and then head out in the morning.
Alrighty, sounds like a plan. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, you guys could easily get a long rest.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yay. Spells.
Yeah, so 50 GP weighs a pound in 5e, so that's 26 pounds then,
Oh, okay. I could.
which
hold
is still
that.
heavy as fuck.
Yeah, you're walking around with a 30-pound dog under your
Yeah.
arm. Come on.
I mean, think about what that is in bags of sugar, right? 2.5 pound bag of sugar. Yep.
I
You
do
know
it
those
anyway.
big sacks of potatoes? That's like 10 pounds right there.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, everybody will stay here and get a good long rest. So everybody can achieve that. And you said you want to head out in the morning, bright and early, to the Wizard of Wines, right?
Yes.
We're off to see the wizard.
The wonderful
Wonderful
Wizard of Wines.
Thank you, everyone.
There you are. Okay.
I thought we did it already, Jane. Sorry.
You can't stop.
Want to
Are
roll
we
your
singing,
port,
are we singing Happy Birthday again? Is that what's happening?
Happy
Yeah.
birthday to Jane. Happy birthday to Jane. All right. So yeah, you guys are going to basically follow all the way down to the Wizard of Wines.
Don't forget your portents.
Oh yeah, important.
Let's
Your
roll.
portents is
Come on.
important.
Let's roll.
Let's roll.
All right, and no encounters. A
That's a
13
13 and a 1d20. Come on.
and an 8.
Oh,
So close to a 20. Okay, 13 and 8.
13 and an 8 for the day. All right.
2 non-crits. That's very helpful.
That's not, yeah.
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you'll get down to the Wizard of Wines probably by midday. And visit with the Mardukov family.
Oh, Edgar. No, he's at the... No, he's in town.
Knock, 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 knock.
We got the rock.
Yeah, and you guys have already got a stand. You know you're welcome here. You've got a standing kind of invite to this place after you returned
Yeah.
their little slice of life to them. So that's not an issue. Okay, yeah, they're very. The Mardukov family are very pleased to see you. Even the dad at this point is kind of warmed up.
Great to see you, family. We have quite a treat for you today.
Okay. He says,
Oh,
I have understood that you have been visiting the swamp village of Berez. I have heard from a reliable friend. By the descriptions that she gave, I assumed that it was you.
Famous.
Yeah, we met Muriel Winshaw. She was great.
Yes, she
That's
comes
who
from
you're talking
a...
about, right?
Absolutely, she comes from a distinguished family that are friends with the Mardukovs.
Well,
And with that, Danica comes over and says, "Please, everybody, come in. Would you care for some wine? Mulled wine? We have some, as it is cold outside, we have heated some up."
That sounds wonderful, actually, yes.
Okay, so they'll give you all a mug of mulled wine, and basically it's like spiced wine, and they have like little individual hand pokers that you heat up in the fire and pop it in your beer, and then you get nice little flakes of iron floating on the top. Mmm, delicious.
Ooh.
So what brings you all the way back to our wonderful vineyard?
Who actually has it? I think Seth, you have it, right?
Oh, I lost it.
Yes, I do. I'm gonna say, we come bearing a gift. And I'm gonna take out, I think it's wrapped in something, right? Like a cloth?
Yeah,
a
you
leather
wrapped it in a
yeah.
cloth.
And I'm gonna put it on the table and unwrap it in the middle of the table.
Okay, all of them like stop and look and gasp, and Davian Mardukov kind of goes over and picks it up and holds it and looks at it, and he says, "Is this?" And with that, his eldest son kind of comes over and looks at it and says, "Father, I think it is." He says, "Quickly, we must get it in the ground. Come, all of you, come."
Ooh, field trip. I love wine tours. I love wine tours. I'm grabbing my drink and like
Yeah, take my drink too. And I'm just like, walking out.
Right, so they all take
this is
you
the kind
to
of
this,
place
like,
you'd want to spend 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
you all head over to like the far southern corner of all their property, where it's all nasty and overgrown and all that sort of stuff. And he digs a hole and then sows it lovingly like he's planting a little seedling. And then he says, we should say some words. Alas, I do not recall what the priest said when our ancestors put it in the ground the first time.
Trip has a song about gems.
Not this one.
Yes, young Trip, would you perhaps
Oh,
say a few
absolutely.
words or play a song of growth?
Yeah, I'd have to write one for growth. I've never had to do growth before. I usually do insults.
Normally, we bless it with the words from the Morning Lord. Alas, there is no priest here.
That one I could do. And it is with the smiling of the Fanes, which we have once again returned to this land, and also the beloved light of the Morning Lord, though sheltered it might be. We hope to see this ground once again consecrated with that holy light, that it would bless our tankards with the most divine of drinks.
Here.
Alrighty.
Cheers.
So you guys had returned the gem from Yesterhill, which got you the purple grape mash number 3 restored. And this gets Red Dragon Crush back on the menu. So
My favorite soda.
he says, that is 2 of the 3 gems. Should you find the 3rd one, please, it is almost more than we dare ask, but should you come across it, it would be most valuable to us. What can we do to thank you?
Yeah, point us in the right direction. Oh, what was that?
Oh, I have one. If we find the 3rd gem, I've been really thinking about this. If we find the 3rd gem, will you bite me?
Will I
What?
bite you?
Can I become a raven?
Oh, you want to be a crow person.
Oh, I am afraid the bloodline for us works somewhat differently. While certain lycanthropes that would work with ours is more of a family bloodline thing, not something we can really infect you with.
Does it work through like marriage or?
Well, your
Wait,
children
Gemma.
would be born with the ability, but not the one that married into the family.
I was really thinking about this seriously, so this is quite disappointing to hear.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but if there's anything else we can do, of course we would be happy to, help you in any way we possibly can. It is within our power, of course. My family owes you all a very great debt.
Not at all. You are as much a blessing to this land as... Well, you're probably the only... You and your family are really the only thing to look forward around here. Like, it's kind of a
It is
nightmare,
true,
isn't it?
as gloomy as it is for everybody to live around here, it is only the possibility of good wine that people have to look forward to, and while the grape mash has always been possible, it is not a wine of quality, but the Red Dragon Crush is far better vintage. Once we manage to get this harvested and grown, we will no doubt be able to ship it out to the villages and put a smile on everybody's face that is capable of smiling, at least.
Well, the good news is the sun should be shining soon, I think. Is that how it works, Trip, with the Fanes?
We are still a while
Oh.
from a proper dawn, I think.
Yeah, you won't have thunder clouds and rain. You will still
but
have
the trouble
mist,
is more the
though.
mist.
Ah,
We've been sheltered too long, but there is a dawn and there is a horizon.
it's true.
Diomedes, thank you for that very, very kind donation, my friend.
Diomedes,
Much love.
Oh my.
thank you for
Thank
keeping
you.
the
Much
channel afloat.
love.
Diomedes again?
Diomedes, God.
2020.
Yes.
Holy
Booyah.
shit.
Thank you so much. The
Thank
alert
you.
even went off, which was nice.
Wow. Yeah, we got it in the chat and everything.
Yeah. The new bot sort of works better in some ways.
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you so much.
I like that.
Very
Thank
much
you.
appreciated it. All right. Yeah. So, I mean, you can stay here the night if you want, or if you want to hurry up and get your asses back to Vallaki, you can do that as well. It'll be nighttime by the time you get there, but you could do it.
I think we would want.
But that would
Actually, I'm
mean
going to ask
hosting
it. Do they have any light novels? I'm going to remember this time.
Yeah, they'll any like just books in general.
Yeah, just like stories.
Yeah,
Fun things to read.
So yeah, if you remember, Danica, she actually does have a few books that she's willing to lend you for sure.
I have a friend who would like to read something
Yeah,
other
she'll
than
lend you some books.
holy text for once.
That's for thank you, dude. Diomedes, that's so very kind of you. Yeah, that'll be cool because yeah, Irina was getting a little bit stir crazy reading the same book back cover to cover.
Yeah.
Maybe you can find. Maybe she's got a nice trilogy.
The Hobbit, the movie?
The Hobbit the movie screenplay part 1 and 2.
Extended edition.
With commentary.
Yep.
This will take her a while, and I hope it's any good. I'm not going to take the time to check.
It's War and Peace.
How's he doing, by the
Some
way?
Tolstoy and
Good old
Dostoevsky.
Good old War and Peace. How is he doing?
Some Voltaire. There you go. Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
I would-
Do you,
I would-
what do you guys want to do? You want to head back to
Borrow a book.
now, or you want to stay the night here and head back in the morning? I mean, if you stay here, basically, you'll just get the full hospitality of the Martikars, which means good food, comfortable beds, lots of
wouldn't
wine.
we do that, you know?
Yeah, that sounds like the move. That sounds like the vibe. We'll do that.
Yeah,
All the
let's just-
wine you
yeah.
can eat and
Relax.
all the food you can drink.
And I guess I would ask for more, because more points of interest, as we've kind of thoroughly explored 3 things. We haven't really gone outside of those 3 things that we've thoroughly explored. Maybe just ask more about the lay of the land and things that might get us, because we have 2 of the things, which means
You do
the
have
magic
to go
sword
up
we
into
have-
some mountains, you're right.
Yeah, the magic sword we have is not the magic sword we need, according to the Seeker, which I trust her.
Okay, well,
She seems to know what's up.
now you have kind of won these people over a bit more. You know what I mean? You've got like a lot of trust built up. You know, so yeah. I mean, what do you want to ask them?
About the tarot, right?
Yeah, we can kind of fully dump our Taroka rating on them, can't we? I think they would find it
Can if you want.
interesting. I don't have the notes open because I'm a bad
Third,
player.
so the third card is the hooded one, power and strength. A
Yeah.
weapon of vengeance, a sword of light, a faceless god. He awaits us at the end of a long and winding road deep in the mountains.
It's the one. The weapon of power.
The fourth card is the innocent, a wandering child who has left her home, who walks dark halls. The innocence will be our key to evil's eventual fall.
Okay.
Um,
They're not going to be able to give you any information on that one for sure, because I mean it's so vague.
Yeah.
That's not the sort of thing that they would really know.
So I guess the third card, right?
But the third card, I
Mhm.
mean, yeah, he'll listen and say, say this to me once more."
okay.
Jane, you want to do it?
I'll do it this time. I love reading the cards. Hooded one, power and strength. A weapon of vengeance, a sword of light, a faceless god. He awaits us at the end of a long and winding road deep in the mountains. Find this weapon of power. It will help us face our enemy?
Is there a question mark on the end of that?
Is there?
There's like 4 question marks at the end of
Oh.
I'm gonna kind of look over her shoulder and see that and be like,
Just
"Oh
reading
no!"
it.
It was just well inflected, actually. Well done.
Thank
I'm just confused on the note, but but you really sold how many question marks there are.
He says, the faceless god. And you see him kind of like pondering, like he's waiting, he's trying to place
Know
it,
something.
think where it might have come from. He says, and the end of a winding road in the mountains. There is the old ruins of the Silver Dragon. Could it be that?
We had checked that and found this one. I'm going to show the huge, ridiculous sword that we got.
Well, could this perhaps be what it is pointing to? I mean, it is in fact a sword, and it was, if it was from Argynvost Holt, it was indeed a winding road in the mountains, no?
But the faceless god part is...
Ah, yes, the faceless god. Where would you find a god? Faceless god. Unfortunately, this does not ring a bell. But, it is a winding road in the mountains. And he kind of stops and says, there are a few places that I can think of that I do not know if they could be what you're looking for, but there are places that I have seen from the air. It might fit your description.
Ah,
Which is, of course, first of all, at the end of the winding road in the mountains, there is the castle Ravenloft itself. Could that be the one it is perhaps are they referring to Strahd as the faceless god?
I hope not. He does have a face. I've seen it. It's quite handsome. Who said that?
There's other things that it could be. Let me think.
You got this.
This is, well, there is a winding road known as Zolenska Pass, which hugs the side of the great mountain, Gakis. But I don't know what would be at the end of that road. Whether there is something there at the end, I have never... as I say, I have only explored this area from the air. I have seen it from the sky.
Sounds like our best lead so far.
Yes.
He said it is, yes, but, it is not a safe place to travel, and, could be rather dangerous. I would not go there futilely, for sure. But
Why
perhaps
is
you can
it
find
dangerous?
more about this place. As I said, it might fit the description, but I know little about the pass.
Do you mean it's just very, like, precarious, like we could fall because it's on the edge, or what?
He says Zelenska Pass, there are a series of bridges and some old towers and stuff like that that are there.
It's gotta be.
I mean, we did go to the Rock's Nest. Is that the same area?
I do not know where the Rock's Nest is, but
I mean, we went through some tunnels and fought some trolls.
no, the road starts at the River crossroads, and you would travel several miles. There is, as I said, there is a stone bridge and a guard tower there. But it is incredibly windy, and with it being so high, you would be encountering extreme weather and snow and ice. It is a treacherous path to tread. Without some way to keep yourselves warm, you would also, no doubt, die of hypothermia.
Isn't that where we went that way? To Mount Gekis, right? Is that what we're talking about?
No.
We took the Revenants to kill the Rock for that one
I
quest.
thought that was like up here.
Yeah, that was down. That was more.
Okay, and where-
Vestholt, and then like up into the mountain.
Oh, okay. So where are we talking about now? I'm sorry, I'm just...
Yeah, I mean, like if we.
Yeah, he'll basically
drop a
say
map.
that Zelenska that the pass is way south of here.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Kind of southeast of here, to be precise.
Got it.
Yeah, I mean, you were heading in that direction, but you were coming at it from the other side of the mountain.
Got it.
And you went, if you remember, you went into caves low down,
Yeah,
and then you came out on like a ledge. You never like went up into the heights of the mountains where it was all the snow caps and peaks and stuff. But that's not exactly here either.
So we'd have to gear up if we're
You would
going to be
definitely
doing a
need to
mountain
gear up,
expedition. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, we would return to Vallaki, right, to get the gear and...
you would
Yeah.
have to.
yeah. I mean, you would need severe warm weather clothing and
Plenty of ways
gear to
start fires, etc.
yeah. If you were going to head that way.
I mean, the only other thing we need to do is get into Ravenloft Castle without being detected. That seems to be impossible.
Yeah.
Well, I do not know if it is possible to sneak into the Devil's domain. Perhaps, if you were foolish enough to attempt this, the best thing that we could possibly offer to do was try to cause a distraction. I could get some of our brethren and some of the ravens to, I don't know, fly around the castle making a loud noise and distract him. If that would at all work, I doubt that it would.
I mean, we were.
But we
invited
would be willing
dinner.
to help if you wanted to try that.
Yes. Perhaps when we're having dinner, you could help with the distraction, so a few of us or all of us could sneak around.
Yes, we were invited to dinner again.
Well, yes, if we would be willing to be part of this plan, we could throw ourselves to the window or something to distract him so that... But again, his senses are very keen. If he invited all of you, it would seem rather unlikely that he would not notice one or more of you disappeared. With that, Danica says, "But what if all of them were there, but he was not aware that they were all there?" And he looks and says, "What do you mean?" "Well, if somehow one of them was to not be in attendance, but yet find a way to sneak in by themselves. Perhaps then, if Strahd was not aware that they were all there, perhaps one of them could wander around," he says. "Yes, and get themselves killed. This is a silly idea. I would not suggest
Is
such a
it?
thing.
I mean, Octavius is here is quite capable of sneaking around.
Yes, quite.
Look how slight he is.
Okay,
I
careful.
mean,
I thought this was the agreed terminology. Slight boy.
Okay,
Yes, that's why he's not
careful.
mad.
Yes, I just said all I said was careful.
so
I said.
Gemma, you're not wrong. The problem is, if he was to find this skull, it's a dragon skull. How could we get it out?
I mean, I can VoIP pretty good.
VoIP.
I hate you to call it that.
Get yourself a guy who can VoIP like me. No, I can teleport some distance, right?
If you were there.
Oh,
With you?
but yeah, no, I don't know. A lot to consider with that. Oh,
'Cause all I can tell you is, again, I have never seen the inside of the castle, but it is very tall and I'm sure has many, many floors and many, many rooms. And who knows what dangers and other creatures of the night might dwell inside the domain. Wandering around aimlessly could be absolutely futile, if not suicidal.
Well, we know what room it's in. We just don't know where that room is.
Then perhaps you need to find somebody that is familiar with the layout of the castle that could give you directions.
Right. I bet that
Somebody that
that
has...
child wandering around would tell us.
how would we get to her though? She's currently in there.
I don't know.
Maybe we should just do the mountain idea first.
Right.
Do you have any clue where the stone for Champagne de l'Estampe would be that we might keep an eye on?
Alas, we do not. It is the one that disappeared first, and we have no idea where it has gone. We had no idea where any of them were, but you have managed to find 2 of them. If we knew where they was, we ourselves would have tried to retrieve them already.
They seem to just show up in situations where we're finding something else. So perhaps, in our search for our next weapon, it could be around there.
Parking seal, what's up? Raided us by... What's going on, dude?
Hooray!
Solo raid.
He said, well, these
We'll
are
keep an eye
gems
out.
that have the power to nurture and grow through nature magically. They fertilize the ground. I would assume that they would be used to augment nature in some way. Where did you find them, precisely? Did you not say the other you found at Yester Hill, the first one?
Yeah, it was being used for some weird ritual to try and summon a warrior for who knows what.
I don't understand how that would work.
Yeah, I don't think they understood quite either.
And where did you find this one specifically? Understand it was in Brez, but
It was being used to power a hut and a tree.
hut. A tree. See, this makes sense to me. Bringing a tree magically to life.
Yeah, but the tree hut was
This would make
attacking
sense.
us.
Thank you for that kind gift of a sub.
Thanks, Parking Seal.
Hobbs 138, you just got gifted a sub from Parkin Seal. So if you're here, say thank you because it's the right thing to do.
It's a good
It says,
point.
but I do not fully understand the first one.
Well, it was like they made a big effigy and had put the stone in it to try and animate it, I suppose.
This was the effigy made of. I remember seeing this when I went up there. I was blinded by rage, but yes, it looked like a large, almost like a large figurine made of twigs and sticks. Yes, perhaps they were trying to animate it. That would make sense. Well, then, whoever has the third one, logic would say that they are probably trying to do something similar, so this might be a thing for you to look out for.
We'll keep an eye out then. I bet we'll run into it. We tend to run into trouble, so
It's almost as
I bet
if
we'll find it.
It's almost as if it's written somewhere. Okay. So yeah, you guys can all stay here the night, drink your fill of wine, nice warm fireplaces, lots of delicious food, and then can head to back to Valaki if that's your plan in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds
Alrighty.
great.
So let me just do this. 'cause
Lucky is gone.
Getting close to a good place for us to stop.
Congratulations, you killed them all.
I just love this.
You
the start of
destroyed
that, like,
Valaki.
So,
Where is your house? What is your house?
The house is
Your house of
definitely gone.
Valaki. Player house, there it is. Player house. It's like streamer house, but not. Alrighty.
Dreamer house.
Player house. I'm just gonna move you guys. Alrighty. Well. There we go. Put you all here. When you arrive in Valaki, and when you arrive at the front door of your house, the note is still attached to the door. Trip carefully put back.
Are there 2 more notes next to it? I'm serious, guys.
I really,
come
really
on.
want you to come, guys. Hey,
I really mean it this time.
I'm starting to feel like, you're shunning me or something. No. But parked next to your house is a large wagon, a brightly colored wagon.
He was looking for us. We're stupid.
And yes, it is indeed Rictavio's wagon.
Octavio!
When you get there, immediately he'll step down off the wagon and says, I would have let myself in, but, well, if that thing is still in there, I'd rather not share space with it.
Her or his name is Fomorius.
Yes, it is quite disturbing to me that you have named the creature, but nevertheless, shall we step inside? I have news.
Please.
So do we.
And careful not to make the note look like it's been touched. I'm going to open the door.
Okay. Yeah, he'll follow you in, so you can all head into your house.
And I want to again use my divine sense walking in to make sure there aren't any vampire spawn hiding in our house.
They're under the rug. No.
Damn it!
Yeah, the sense told you, but the large lumps made it fairly obvious as well.
You just hear.
One of them went, shh.
Oh, but it's funny. We're gonna get them, guys.
This'll be so cool. They'll never know we're here. Okay.
Get your ass down.
I'm gonna walk to the center and sit down in one of the chairs.
Okay. Rictavio carefully wanders into the house. You see him looking everywhere he goes, like he's looking for something.
I give him a sympathetic nod, yeah, I know what that is.
All right. Yeah, he'll wait until you've all seated yourselves, and then he'll take whatever seat is not occupied by you guys. He's not so rude as to just take a seat.
I immediately look for Bologna. I mean, not
Polonius
Bologna.
Yes, he's here too.
He ain't here.
Oh,
With the
no.
vampires.
You walk into the room and there's just a bubble there, and he like opens it. He's just like, "Do you mind?"
Boys Club.
The smell of fresh baked scones in there.
I'm having my special scones.
I go find Femorius and
Femorius is on your bed.
pick them up and hug them and give
Crack
them
the
cuddles. I missed you, Femur. I missed you, Femur. So much. I'm sorry you can't come with us on all our adventures. It was a good one.
It just looks at you like it does.
Let's go to the
It
dining
rubs
room.
its head
Come
against
on.
rubs its head against your arm.
All right. We go this way.
Are you taking the cat with you?
Yes.
Okay. As soon as it gets in there, immediately it's and hisses at Renly, and he kind of jumps back up out of the chair and he goes, "Really? Do we have to have that stupid thing here?"
Don't call her stupid. She is quite intelligent and can understand what you're saying.
I agree with Rictavius.
It's an undead minion, by God.
Yeah, that's freaking sweet.
He says, "I
you
still
there.
don't trust the thing."
Maybe
well,
we shouldn't have it here when we impart what we learned in the new knowledge.
No,
I have
we
no
have
intention
understood
of
that he is not
discussing
working
things
for
that I
Strahd.
was going to discuss in front of that vile creature.
There you go.
It will limit the efficacy of the meeting if we have to speak in codes.
It's fine, just speak. It doesn't. He's not going to tell anyone.
Gemma, you understand that in your own right, but everybody else also has their own right to not want to talk around Femorius. Unfortunately, the kind thing to do right now
Is put it out of its misery.
I'm putting my foot down on this one. I'll die on this hill.
Okay, put your foot down in a different room, though, and die on a hill later.
He says, "Or perhaps, rather than be an inconvenience, perhaps one of you can come to the living room or whatever, and I'll tell you, and you can tell the rest of the family."
I guess that's going to have to be the thing, then. Since, Gemma wants to die in here, I guess. I'm just gonna walk over to the reception.
Okay, if you're the one that's
study.
heading that way, he's going to follow you.
Oh, I'm going too.
I'm gonna kind of flag Seth to come along, yeah, because I don't want to.
Yeah, you kind of, once you're in, so yeah, he'll come to this room then.
I'm gonna close both the doors.
Okay. Yeah, he'll just look at you and it just says, "For God's sake, man, haven't you managed to figure out how to get rid of that darn thing? Nothing good can come of it, I tell you."
Yeah, we have not figured that one out. Actually, she's very stubborn.
I mean, I could just
Yes.
really
yes,
hard.
Yeah, you could, but
He says, "Of course. I have experience with such things. The next time you leave, if you'd like, I could pop back in and,
I don't say anything, but I go like this. I just nod my head.
And I kind of like cover my eyes and go like if you could frame it up as something else maybe, but yeah. No, it is a worry. But I digress. Pray tell, what have you uncovered? We
he says,
have quite a lot to talk about, I imagine.
"Well, I've been gone for quite a few days, and following up on a lead that I'd uncovered, I think I might have got some information that might help you."
All ears.
Yes, please, go on.
He says, "Well, can you tell me once again what it was that you were looking for in specific, those fortunes that you were given? I do recall, but I wanted you to repeat it to me so I can make sure I'm on the right track."
The Taroko cards is, I really do need to get these notes open.
Go ahead, Jim. That's not your favorite thing.
Emma's not even here.
I'm not
Emma
in the
can't
room.
be here right now.
So,
Yeah, you didn't
The
want me in there,
third-
so now you figure it out.
the third card is the hooded one, power and strength. A weapon of vengeance, a sword of lights, a faceless god. He awaits us at the end of a long and winding road deep in the mountains.
Right. Well,
The other
yes,
two
this
are
is the thing
people.
that I think I might be able to help you out with. So, as I said, I've been following up on a lead and finding out some information. First, I mistakenly went to the ruined village of Berez, thinking that that's where it was. Turns out that wasn't where it was at all. Unfortunately, it was a 50-50 shot. I got it wrong. He says, but, there's another village. Village of Kresk. I have it in good authority that there is an abbey there, an abbey of Saint Markovia. I believe the abbot that lives there might actually know a bit about this quote-unquote faceless god that was mentioned in your card. I don't believe that is in fact the place because it's not at the end of a road, but if the abbot knows about the faceless god, perhaps he knows where to send you. What direction you should head in. If that makes any sense.
I mean, yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
good.
That would be perfect.
He said, well, I can tell you how to get to Kresk from here. I've been there before. It's a strange little place. And, well, rather bizarre, to be honest. It's a small village with a walled temple or abbey, and a large house on a hill. Sort of thing you find around this area quite frequently. Nothing like a foreboding house on a hill to put the willies up everybody.
Right, we've been to many of those already.
He said, well, quite. But, yes, so if you want to find the village from here, he said it's quite simple. You're going to head directly west, all the way across the crossroads. He says, you know where my, do you know where my,
You needn't say it, but yes.
Yes. When you get to the junction where you'd head northwards to that, well, actually, it depends which way you go. I tell you what, the best way would be head to that place and then follow the road south. Once you get to the junction, you're going to want to go right. Cross the river and keep on going deep into the forest, and you're going to end up heading towards the Svalek Woods. Right next to the river, and not far into the forest land itself, you're going to find the village of Kresk. Head there. As I said, the abbot is a strange one, from what I understand, but he might know something about this faceless god, and I think that might be the, well, quite honestly, only sensible clue that we've really been able to come across.
Okay. I'm listening in quiet from the door, writing it all down.
Eavesdropping at the door there.
Yeah.
We just hear you through the door.
Yeah,
like...
you hear, okay.
You're just answering us.
He says, once you get to the crossroads, the Raven River crossroads, you should see a sign. The arm pointing north should show you the way to Kresk.
Fresk, you say, got it.
Shema. God, I don't want to have to be a father. I don't
Ever.
I don't want to
I
do
leave
this.
then. I walk away.
All right. Yeah, he says, I hope that's of some use to you.
That ought to be.
Yes, thank you for letting us know.
Our other option was just blindly march into the mountains and freeze to death. So,
I'd recommend not dying.
yeah, that's
Horrible
that's
thing to
generally
do,
what we-
especially of cold.
Hmm.
A lot of ways you could die, but freezing to death isn't one that I'd recommend.
Are there any you'd recommend?
It's you at the door too.
Yeah, you're at the door.
Probably.
Death by succubus would be a good one.
Oh, yeah.
I love how these voices just coming in randomly.
Well, because I can hear. I mean, it's not a big house.
Yeah, we have the door
if
closed.
there's-
but-
We have both
Oh,
doors
well.
closed, but it's fine. It's just still funny.
He says,
So-
yes, no, but Kresk, as I said, it's nothing more than a scatter of humble wooden cottages along a dirt road. But as I said, you will see the abbey there.
Very good.
And then,
our updates.
well- Then there's the house.
On the hill, the unsettling one is.
Yes.
Fun updates from us. Baba Lazaga is dead.
He kind of looks and says, dead?
Dead
As in, you destroyed the woman?
fully.
Well, that's
Served
great
up her
news.
body-
Deceased.
Served up
Wonderful
her body
news.
To the, served up her body to the Fanes, who are now consecrated. So that's
Yeah, they're
also a
they're
plus.
they're back.
Well, my, you have been busy. Go away for a week or so and come back and you've done all kinds of things.
Yeah. Trying to make it up for the dead cat.
Well, maybe we should keep the cat around if it motivates you to keep doing good deeds like this.
Thank you.
I'm gonna say yes, and then I'm gonna wink. Keep the cat
He
alive.
says, right.
The
So what
only
can I
thing
tell
that
you
could possibly
about-
motivate us more is, you know, if
Kresk.
revenge maybe for something happening.
He says, yes, so, the Kreskites, I can tell you, they're more suspicious than most. I mean, you've been around Barovia, you know everybody's a little bit wary of strangers and a little bit dubious, but Kreskites, well, they trust even less. Most Kreskites never really leave the village for fear of being attacked by wolves, dire wolves, and werewolves. So if you're going to go there, you need to be very careful. Don't assume that any four-legged canine is anything other than bad news.
Yes, we'll be sure to really tell everyone a lot about that. I'm having one of those moments.
He says, I know that there is a small shrine built next to a pool there, a shrine to the Morning Lord. They've built a small gazebo around it. People say that the existence of the shrine is the only thing that keeps the water fresh there.
It's a very superstitious bunch.
Oh, indeed. And as I said, the abbot at the abbey itself is a rather eccentric fellow. A lot of people says he's a lot older than he looks. Never met him myself, of course.
Older than you look isn't really a good thing in Barovia, for many variable reasons. So
Well, quite. But, anyway, it's about the, best thing I've been able to come up with for a lead for you fellows.
it's greatly appreciated.
Yes, thank you.
No, not at all. Well, I would happily stay and spend a bit more time, but quite honestly, that thing that's in that, in your dining room just doesn't sit well with me. So if you don't mind, I'm going to take my leave.
Yes.
Of course.
Okay, he says, well, appreciate it. Good day to you. I'll be in Crest for a couple of more days. I'll be in Vallaki for a couple more days. If you need anything. You'll find me staying at the, well, you know where. Local inn. Huh? Carry by.
Other fun news really quick. More wine coming soon. It's exciting, right? That's great.
More wine. Excellent. Well, that's very good news. How did you manage that one?
Oh, found another one of those glowing rocks.
Ah, excellent.
Modicons were pleased.
Oh, I'm sure they were. So will the entire town be pleased. Well, the whole region, I'm sure. Well, excuse me. I'm heading out.
As you were.
Right. The door opens and he kind of like sticks his head in and says, I'm leaving now. Goodbye. As I said to your brother and son or uncle or whatever, I'll be here for a couple more days. You can find me at the Blue Water Inn. At least 3 of you can. Goodbye. He slams the door. He'll leave.
Oh, Rictavio.
I'm gonna return, sit down, and be like, we have another. Well, you guys obviously heard. I'm gonna look at Gemma and Octavius.
Yeah.
Talking about.
They told me they were going to the bathroom.
I did use the
I
bathroom
did
as
use
well.
the bathroom as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Pissed in the fire.
in the gallery. They
That would
used a corner.
They pissed on my rug. I
Douglas
really
did
liked that rug.
Blame Douglas. Whiskey!
So, drop the books off for Arena, buy some winter clothing, but then go to Kresk, huh?
Yes, I'm really hoping
won't
to
need the winter
find
clothing
fabric
if you
in
go to
white.
press.
I think that would
Well,
look
right,
good.
but just be done with it.
Like a really nice white winter coat with a nice white furry hat, I'm thinking.
And a muff, like to put your hands in.
That sounds like something I remember
Total
from somewhere
genre
else.
shift there, yeah.
Maybe you get a nice big sled. Maybe a dwarf to drive it.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Stock up on Turkish Delight, and away you go.
Wait, slow down. I'm writing these in my napkin.
You know, one of our new titles is Wine Bringers, or Bringer of Wine. I feel like that's a pretty big accomplishment here in this godforsaken place.
Octavius Winebringer.
Not entirely godforsaken anymore. We got 3 of them. back.
Octavipus.
That's true.
We get the silver dragon back, and we'll be good, right?
Will be what?
Golden?
We'll be golden.
Golden.
We'll be gold.
Sorry.
We'll be good.
You, me, the family, go.
Gold.
Excellent, he is.
Oh, speaking of gold, I'm gonna have to go and get my armor. It should be done by now.
Yep. In the morning, you will be able to go and pick it up.
Awesome. I'm gonna look so cool.
So cool in my dirty, old, filthy armor that's just got cleaned up. Yep.
Be
Hey,
gold.
hopefully you did a good job. Who knows? Rubbed it in some formaldehyde, with a toothbrush on it. All right. Well, that's as good a place for us to stop as any, I think.
Yeah, but here. Just give that a measure. Ah, dagnabbit. Well, time for a beer. Glug, 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 glug. Oh, hello there. It's me, Christy, your D&D dad. I'm here to do all the things that a good D&D dad should do. Like mow the lawn, fix some shit, drink a beer, and of course, roll lots of 20s. And if you like all this, can you pan?
Oh, sorry, Dad. Sorry. Yeah, you look good. Yeah.
You should check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Christastics. And if you like D&D content, check out my podcast, New Crits on the Block. Anyway, I love you, my children.
If you're seeing this, that means that I'm back to playing Mondays on How Reroll. My handle is Satchmo on all platforms, and if you follow me, then maybe I can...
We've been trying to reach you concerning your car's extended warranty.
Nothing! Hi, is this my local zoologist? Yes, I'll hold. Hi, local zoologist. Yes, my name is Jane Ivana, and I'm looking for a snake that has a stinger.
Oh no.
Yes. I'll hold. You don't have any? Alright, well, if you could look into it, you can contact me on Twitter at Jane on Twitch, that's with a 0. Anytime. Yeah, or you could catch me on my Twitch streams. I stream like once a week on twitch.tv/JaneIvana. Alright, I'll hold. Okay, thank you. Goodbye, local zoologist.
Hey everyone, it's the Snuggler. This year, Jane asked us to go quick on our outros, so I promise I'll go as fast as possible. You're just gonna put all my information on text on the screen, aren't you? Son of a...
Hey, twitch.tv/Shagget here, and I'm trapped in Barovia. I'm hiding in a dingy basement with some art, dingy basement, nothing like what you usually see on my webcam when I do streams on How We Roll. And I'm not hiding from Strahd. Believe it or not, he's a pushy Dracula knockoff. He doesn't scare me. I'm not afraid of him. I'm actually hiding from Gorebad, my dungeon master. He's out to kill me. I think finally surviving in 10 campaigns in Arconis throughout his stories, he snapped because of it. And because of that, he's out to really kill me this time. Contact me at @neb_convos on Twitter, please. Your support will help keep me alive, keep me on the run, keep my hope alive. I really need to see what happens to Radovan, Emlyn, and Alekma, and all my other characters that I've played. I really need to see what happens to them. I'm very curious. Oh shit, I messed up. I really messed up. I think he heard me. He's coming. See ya!
Hi there, I'm Gorebad, and thank you for watching How We Roll. If you'd like to keep up with us when we're not live on Twitch, you can check out our other forms of social media. Follow us on Twitter, @HowWeRoll. You can also follow our Facebook page. You can find the website at www.howweroll.com, and you can also find us on YouTube at, you've guessed it, How We Roll, for an absolute ton of additional content. Also, you can follow the dmblog.com for some DM tips, world building guides, and all things D&D related. Cheers, guys. That was a long walk. Okay, they said Shagget was somewhere here, and the door to where he's hiding was a blue door. So we gotta find a blue door, blue door, blue door, blue door. You're mine now, Shagget.